Here in my sweater, talking about the third thing I do to get my plants ready for winter and prepped for a very energetic, strong spring next year. And that is to repot on a selective basis. So winter is not a good time for plants to be repotted. It can shock them, but this time, this fall period is an excellent time to repot the plants that need it. And we're gonna look for a few signs to tell us if they need to be repotted. The plants are still energetic and strong from the spring and summer growth, so they should adapt well to a new pot. Keep in mind, we're not going to make a drastic change in environment. When we do repot, it's only gonna be 1 to 2 inches bigger than the pot that the plant's already in, just to give the roots a little room to maneuver and settle in and preserve energy for the spring. Remember, for any new pot we use, we want to make sure it has drainage holes. One sign your plant would appreciate being repotted is if the soil is pulling away from the edges. So you can kind of see this is starting to pull away from the edges. Also, it doesn't have any drainage holes. So this one I'm definitely going to repot. I also noticed the soil is pretty depleted. Another sign your plant might appreciate being repotted is if roots are going out the bottom. That's an indication that it is root bound. Some plants, yes, are okay with kind of a tight squeeze. They actually like that. But again, if you've got roots growing out the bottom, it might just like a slightly bigger pot. For instance, this Golem Jade, she's kind of on the line. She could probably be okay in this pot for the winter going into spring. She's very tolerant. Succulents are pretty tolerant to being a little bit snug, but I know her soil's pretty depleted. The soil's starting to pull away from the edges. That combination of factors is pointing toward repotting her now. One last note, if you just bought a plant, I had somebody ask me this, if you just bought a plant, unless it has crazy roots growing out the bottom, just leave it in that grower pot until the spring. It'll be fine. I know it can be hard to know which way to go, and you want your plant to thrive in the best way that it can. So if you have any questions, shoot me a DM and we'll get it figured out.